So this video, I'm going to expose why you're not booking enough sales calls for your AI or marketing agency. Now, we are going to be specifically talking about paid ads because in my opinion, that is the fastest way to book qualified calls for really any service-based provider. So first of all, most of you guys watching this are just going to assume that paid ads don't work. And you'll likely blame Facebook, lead quality, the market, ad cost, competition, the economy, or whatever it is you decide to blame. But in reality, paid ads are usually not the problem. I've ran ads for the last 4 years. I still run paid ads. So I can tell you firsthand that they do work incredibly well. The real issue is that most of you guys try to run ads without building a complete acquisition system. And what I mean by that is when you just focus on running a singular ad campaign, you end up burning a lot of money. You then attract low quality leads with people that just genuinely cannot afford your high ticket retainer. And then you start to believe that paid traffic is just broken. And the biggest mistake that I see right now when we work with AI agencies and marketing agencies is you still run ads like this, which is what we call a standard VSL based funnel, which is basically you run ad to a landing page, you then ask your prospects to book a call, and then you basically jump on that sales call and you close. Now, the problem with the VSL based funnel is unless you have massive amounts of trust, so case studies, social proof, brand, and you have a great selling ability, you're going to really struggle to get qualified calls and close clients. And not to mention, the cost of ads is increasing dramatically. So if you can't allocate two to 500 to $1,000 a day on a VSL based funnel, it's probably not going to work as well as you think it's going to work. And another reason why is we're basically in a trust recession. Trust right now is at an all-time low. There was a pretty good LinkedIn article which basically says that 71% of consumers say they don't trust what brands say anymore. And so, why would someone come across your ad, book a call with you, and pay you a high ticket retainer if they don't know who you are and haven't consumed any of your content? It's just not going to work unless you're willing to spend thousands and thousands and thousands. Then great, run a VSL campaign. But if you're like most advertisers and you want to keep, your ad costs sort of relatively manageable in the beginning, you want to completely switch to this model, which I'll explain in a second. But more on the trust recession, people are already overwhelmed. They see hundreds of offers every single week. Everyone claims they can generate leads. Everyone says they have a proven system, and every single guru just promises results. And because of that, people are already really skeptical, and they just don't buy immediately. Think about it. When was the last time you bought like a high ticket product? Forget a service. When was the last time you bought a high ticket product without doing your homework, without researching, without going to YouTube, without looking at reviews? Probably never. So why would you expect your clients to do the same with you and your service? And this is also particularly important for any high ticket services. So paid ads are not the entire system. The way I look at paid ads is it's just traffic, and traffic amplifies what already, whatever system already exists. And so if your offer is weak, paid ads will expose it. If your positioning is generic, paid ads will expose it. If your funnel lacks trust, paid ads will expose it. If your pricing is too low, you're not going to make paid ads work. It's just virtually impossible. And so ads do not fix a broken business model. They accelerate what already exists, which is why most of you guys haven't been able to crack the paid ad model for your AI or marketing agency. And so, in my opinion, these are the five fundamentals of a successful paid ad campaign. Number one is you need to have a strong offer. This is a complete non negotiable. You simply cannot say we run ads or we do marketing or we help businesses grow or we build websites. It's too broad. Put yourself in your client's shoes. If you saw an ad campaign and it said we do marketing, click this ad, are you going to click on the ad? Probably not, right? There's no pain point in the offer, and so you need to make sure that in your ad you must answer who is this for, what specific outcome do they get? How quickly do they get it? why is your method different and why should they trust you? So, for example, you could say something like, we help AI agencies book 20 to 40 qualified sales calls in 90 days using a predictable paid acquisition funnel. Or, for example, let's say you work with roofers. You could say something like, we help established roofing companies generate an extra 50 to 100 re-roof jobs in the next 90 days. So you want to get very, very specific with your offer. Nobody cares that you run ads. Nobody cares that you sell an AI automation offer. All these business owners want is the end outcome, which in my opinion is leads, revenue, and cash, essentially. So give that to them on the offer that you have. Once you have a good offer, you need to have a decent landing page. And I don't mean have a landing page that looks, really flashy and high end. It just needs to convert cold traffic. So you need to have a clear promise, a strong niche positioning, social proof, case studies, a clear CTA, founder credibility, risk reversal, strong headlines, strong visual hierarchy, right? So you don't need to have the best looking landing pages. You just need to give a landing page that builds trust and is very, very easy and simple to understand between your prospects. Now, number three is pretty important. You need to have strong creatives. Your ads are not there to sell your service, they're there to stop attention, which means you need creatives that create curiosity, identify pain points, call out the niche, show authority, and create emotional relevance. You want to make someone really feel that an ad is speaking directly to them. So, being emotional in your ad in terms of their pain points is extremely important. And last but not least is patience and understanding your numbers. This drives me insane because this is where most agencies panic. They spend $100, they don't get a lead or a qualified call, and they just assume that paid ads just doesn't work for them. But the issue with that is paid ads is just a data game, and you need enough data before making decisions. And so even if you spend $100 to get a qualified call, don't panic because that will basically destroy all of your chances in actually building a profitable campaign in the future. So if you sell a high ticket service, which is what you should be selling if you're trying to run an ad campaign, you can absolutely spend $100 to $300 per qualified call. Right. So let's say you spend $200 a call. Let's say you close 1 in 10, which is a super low conversion rate anyway. Let's say you charge 5K, a 5K retainer, which is not too far off. So this basically means you spend 2,000 to make 5,000. That is very, very profitable. So you don't need $10 cost per call, $50 cost per calls. As long as you're genuinely profitable and you're making money, just spend more money on your ad campaign. It's as simple as that. Number five, this is really, really important. This kind of goes back to my previous premise of the trust recession. You need to make sure that you have enough trust between your prospects. And so in today's market, you can't just run a VSL funnel, get a book, call, and close a client. It rarely works that way. You need multiple touch points between all of your prospects. So essentially, they need to know who you are, what you believe in, how you think, why you're credible, why your process works. Unfortunately, a VSL campaign just cannot do this for you in a short period amount of time. Unless you've got thousands to spend and you already have stacks and stacks of social proof, then a VSL works great, run it. But if you're like, a typical marketing agency or AI agency that maybe doesn't have a lot of clients, that maybe can't afford to allocate, $500 to $1,000 a day, maybe you can only spend $50 to $100 a day, then I would build a funnel that looks like this. So you have the exact same ad that you would use on your VSL. You would then send them to some sort of lead magnet. So some sort of free thing that you give away. Now, this isn't like a generic chat GPT PDF. This has to be of genuine value. And before you say, well, doesn't this attract low quality leads? You don't have to give the lead magnet to everyone. So you can have qualifying criteria that you can set. So you only give away the lead magnet to people that you genuinely want to speak to. That is really, really important. So create something of genuine value that your clients actually want and are actually going to sit down and consume. This is really, really important. And then what you do is you build a series of strategic email sequences to nurture them over a 7, 10, 14-day period. That would include content exposure of you and your face, quite literally. It would include any case studies you have. If you don't have case studies, you can use your own case study as an example. So any data that you have with your current agency. You then hit them with retargeting, and then you ask for a qualified call, or then you ask for a book call. And the reason why I recommend you do it this way is if you can only allocate $50 to $100 a day, you're going to get way more leads. You're going to build a proper system that's going to get you a ton of qualified calls, and you're going to actually build an asset that you can use long term. So trust basically compounds over time. So rather than run a standard VSL, build something like this. You're going to get far better results, and you're going to spend way less to get the results in the first place. And just quickly, if you're wondering why we're in a trust recession, it's because people have already seen fake gurus, they've seen false promises, generic agencies, bad service providers, and overhyped guarantees. So trust is already lower than ever, which basically means the agencies who win, they're not necessarily the best media buyers. They don't even necessarily have the best offers. They're just the best trust builders, right? And so paid ads don't fail. It's the weak systems that let you down, right? And so what I would recommend is if you're a marketing agency that's doing, let's say you're doing less than 10 to 15K a month and you can allocate $50 to $100 a day, I would 110% build this out for your business, because it's going to dramatically improve your chances of getting qualified calls and booking customers. And so I think this is the new 2026 way of generating qualified calls without having to spend thousands on ads or running your traditional VSL based funnel. Now, if you want us to do this for you, so we offer a service where we do this completely done for you for our clients. We build all of your ads. We build and craft the entire lead magnet. We write all of your email sequences. We write all of your YouTube content, record it, post it, and edit it, plus the entire retargeting system. If you want this entire thing done for you, there's going to be a link below this video. Fill in the application and book a call. We don't work with everyone, so there are going to be some qualifying criteria. But if you truly want to scale your agency and you're just tired of just cold outreach, spending thousands on a VSL-based campaign, tap into this new way. Book a call with us, and our guarantee is within a 4-month period, we'll get you a minimum of 30 high ticket paying customers, or you get your money back, right? So essentially, we're so confident in our trust building funnel that you will make an insane ROI. So 30 high ticket paying customers, or you simply don't pay, and we give you a full refund. So I hope this video helps, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments.